playground of Liverpool, Wirral and the North West, situated on the northern tip of the Wirral Peninsula in Liverpool Bay. Is this how you remember it? Long, hot summers with thousands of people enjoying themselves. So, how did it all begin? Joy Hockey is a local historian with a boundless knowledge of New Brighton, past and present. Joy, am I right in believing that it started out as a watering place for the landed gentry?
Yes, you're quite right. It was started by James Atherton in about 1832. He lived in Everton and he could see this corner of the Wirral from his house where he lived, and he decided he would come over and buy 170 acres of sandhills from William Penkert, who was Lord of the Manor and owned the area, and he set about laying out the area, and he went to a firm of architects in Dale Street, and he had plans drawn up, and the road layout that is shown on these plans is pretty well much the same as we've got today. And he also produced a prospectus, and in the prospectus he said he was going to set out this fashionable watering spa, and he was going to provide a pier, and he was going to provide a church, assembly rooms, a hotel, and he was offering sites for villas. And he also said that the whole of the development was going to cost about £12,000, so he was offering shares of £100 each. And he went on to extol the virtues of the place, that we have fantastic river views, views across the river and views across the Rock Channel where the main shipping was coming in those days. And we had a good beach with clean, hard sand free of mud, gravel and pebbles, and we had pure air, and the whole area was laid out with detached villas. They went all the way up Rowson Street and in the area beyond Victoria Road. And we do have some of the villas existing to this day from the original plan, and these are the ones along the seafront facing onto King's Parade. And we did have one or two, though they've been demolished, up in Montpelier Crescent. We've only got 3 left in Montpelier Crescent, but the idea was that they were going to go all the way up the hill from the promenade right up to Montpelier Crescent itself. But that really never happened, it never got off the ground. And I really think it was because, in one way, James Atherton died in 1838, so he never really lived to see completion of any of his plans. So the villas were very important to the New Brighton plan. The assembly rooms played an important part because, in a way, it was a bit like a community centre, because in the assembly rooms they had reading rooms. You could go and read the latest newspaper. They had a billiard room, they had a ballroom, and it was a meeting place where the gentry could really go and meet each other. It was a very elegant building. It was right next to the Victoria Hotel. Some of the features are still there, but it really is enveloped within the Hotel Victoria. We had steam arrive in the Mersey in 1817, so they had these little sort of steam ferry boats which plied between Liverpool and New Brighton on an hourly basis. It was quite a regular sailing, and so the pier was initially for the people who lived here building the villas. In 1861 the pier was taken over by the New Brighton Pier Company, and they had plans drawn up for a new pier by Eugenius Birch, and his name was the name in piers, the same as Brunel is for bridges. He was for piers. And currently, at the same time, the council also built a pier alongside to get passengers down to the refurbished ferry. So you get 2 piers alongside, the ferry pier and the promenade pier. But the promenade pier was privately owned, it was nothing to do with the council. And this state of affairs stayed like that until 1928, when the local authority bought the pier. So they also did a lot of repairs and a lot of modernisation. And they got rid of a lot of the cast-down character. It was really a very pretty pier. And